Okay, and welcome back. We are here to discuss Twin Peaks: The Return, and we are definitely on the downhill slide of this series, and there's a lot to unpack in this episode.
Yeah, this
Much
episode,
to unpack.
wow. Like we are, yeah, when I was watching this, I was like, oh man, this is like, there's just so much joy for Twin Peaks fans in this episode. Um, from the very beginning right through to, um, yeah, this whole thing. Like, I don't even know, where do you begin with this episode?
Yeah, there's a
I
lot.
mean,
I mean, I guess just kind of start from the top. It's really just the best way to go. I
Yep.
mean, like they're literally every scene in this is all killer, no filler. There's no
yeah,
there's no bad scene to talk about. Let's put it this way. So we do get to see Jeffries in this episode.
we do.
And he does not look as he did the last time we saw him
No,
in Twin
and I
Peaks
mean,
Fire Walk with Me.
this is partly because the actor who played the role, David Bowie, had already passed, but also David Lynch, like, okay, yeah. So a couple of the actors that played prominent roles previously or died. Not gonna bother. We're still gonna have them be a part of this.
They're just going to be different, and
Yeah.
that definitely is
So
the case.
so we got looks like a giant tea kettle, maybe.
Kinda,
I guess
Sort of. Yeah.
sort of, yeah. It
Yeah.
also kind of looks
someone.
like one of the devices in the White Lodge area from episode 8. It kind of
Yep.
reminds you of
Yeah,
that
Yeah.
piece
but
there too.
it's speaking in
A
the
little
voice that
steampunk.
Mhm.
yeah, little steampunk using the voice that sounds like what voice David Bowie was using in
Yeah,
Firewalk with
the
Me.
voice actor did a good job of having that twang and that sound to it. It's a good facsimile. It really is. Like it never feels like wrong to me. It felt very right when you hear it. I'm like, okay. And then when you add like that echo effect and stuff, because he talks about how it's sticky in there and different, so you're like, it makes you wonder, like, so is his physical self in that thing, or is it just his spiritual self? Like, I don't
Yeah.
know. Like it
Well,
really does
also,
make
and
you
that's
wonder.
just very Twin Peaks to be like, okay, he's a giant tea kettle now.
I mean,
Okay.
Josie's in a doorknob right now, so I mean,
Yeah.
like,
So I mean, it's like it's not out of the question of
no,
that just happens.
Yeah,
not at
I
all.
mean, again, like there's just so much going on in this scene and this moment, like all of the lead up to it. Like, so we see, we see Cooper, dry, and Jeffries confirms this is Cooper. I thought that was really interesting
Yeah.
watching this because we often think of these as different characters, whether it's Dougie or Mr. C or Cooper or whatever. But he confirms you are Cooper, and he remembers that moment from Firewalk with Me. And so, interesting here because I think it's easy for us and for a lot of people to want to think of Mr. C as a separate character as opposed to an aspect of Cooper. And I think that
Hmm.
that part, it's good that the series reminds us of that and sort of confirms that for us, that this isn't an evil, um, doppelganger in the way that we sometimes use that word to mean like somebody else who looks like us.
Yeah.
But no, this actually is Cooper, a part of Cooper.
One and the same, man. One
Yeah,
and the same.
exactly. So I
And
thought that was cool.
and then they don't show that particular line of dialogue in Firewalk with Me, but doesn't Jeffrey say something about Cooper in that scene? Like, who do you think this man is, or
Yeah, who is
something
it?
like that?
Is that from the Missing Pieces? Is
It
that
might
in
be
the
from the
movie?
Missing
There,
Pieces.
it's a little more explained in the Missing Pieces, but in the original theatrical cut, you do see him point at Cooper and says, "Who do you think this is right here?" That is actually in the original theatrical
Yes.
cut, so it was there. But the Missing
Yeah.
Pieces has more going on in that scene.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And this movie, this episode brings back some of that moment. Talks about
Yes.
Judy.
Yes.
You've
We're not
already
gonna
met
talk about her
Judy.
at all.
Yeah, Judy is a big
Yeah.
factor here, and we know that that's moving
Yeah.
forward. And
Yeah.
the fact, the realization that you've seen her before,
And
like
this
that.
is, of course, the infamous convenience store.
This
Yes.
is it. where he saw the meeting, you know.
So many pieces, yeah, because we've seen this convenience store before in pieces, the with the woodsman, and with the reference way back to the
Is that
original
season 1 when they're interrogating, or is that
Yeah, I
season 2?
think no, I think it's season 1. And
Okay.
so we get, I think you say convenience store, because he says it he says that it's part of the rhyme. So this
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
early Twin
Yeah.
Peaks, right?
And then we've got all the woodsmen, and of course Lynch's love of like the electricity, like
Oh
being
yes.
weird and the sound.
Yeah, which
Well,
is creepy AF.
oh,
Like,
it's super, yeah. And we talked about, like, one of the things I love about The Return is how valid it makes Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me, which for so long had been kind of looked as like the black sheep of Twin Peaks. And in this series, it makes it so important and so critical to the understanding and the expansion of The Return. And I really love that we see these things here, like these little snippets reminding you this line that you thought didn't really mean anything back then, it really did mean something, and it really does mean something more. And I really love that it gives it that relevance. And again, later in this episode, we get more of the connections to Fire Walk with Me. And it's really cool to see that, you know, how he really said, you know, everybody maligned this film, but I'm going to show you why this film is one of the most important things I ever made, and how relevant it is to this thing that you love. And I really genuinely appreciate how The Return does that. And this episode is chock full of that.
Yeah, another reference is the fact that when this whole little journey is off-putting, because he walks up the stairs, they sort of disappear, they go into other rooms, there's the
Yes.
the guy pulls the lever, you see briefly the jumping man, there's all of this like weirdness to get to where he's going. But part of what he does is he walks, even though he's gone upstairs within a building, it looks like an old kind of farmhousey style sort of a place, he walks out into the courtyard of the motel where Laura and the other girls, where her, where
Teresa
Leland
Banks
was supposed to meet.
Teresa
Yeah,
Banks.
exactly. Teresa Banks and
Ronette.
Yeah, Ronette. Exactly. Thank you. Like, why is that where Jeffries is hanging out, right? And this woman comes in and opens the door for him. Like, it's just this very interesting process for Cooper, this aspect of Cooper, to get to meet this old colleague of his. They're both have been changed significantly since they last met. We get this flashback to their last meeting, because that would have been the last time they met.
It would have
because we are also confirmed that the Jeffries voice we heard earlier in The Return was not Jeffries.
Yep.
And so this is the last time that that would be back to the last time that Cooper and Jeffries interacted, was in that moment in Fire Walk with Me. And we get this whole sort of circle back to that. And just like, in that one, Jeffries is the one that disappears. But in this one, he sends Cooper away through disappearing when he answers the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets a little piece of information about Judy, that he's already met her, and some information, some numbers,
coordinates.
Yes. Yep. And he's like, Las Vegas. And yeah, it's such a, like, I could just rewatch. Those scenes are the ones that Twin Peaks fans often watch over and over again and pull apart and look for all the symbolism and everything. And again, I think so much of Lynch's work is not about necessarily laying in this mapped out, like, yarn on the board connections that I'm laying all these things. I think he develops this far more organically and artfully, and then allows it all to like mix with meaning and everything, right? So but I do love this scene in terms of just all of its weird connections and mysteries that it brings and pulls together.
Absolutely. And then also near the end of this scene, not that you want to enjoy whatever Mr. C's doing, but I slightly get enjoyment out of him beating the crud out of Richard.
Nobody's feeling bad about that.
Yeah, Richard is easily one of the most despicable characters okay. So I was also thinking about this, so I'll pose this question to you, because he's the show makes you hate him in every possible way. But if we're can Richard help who he is? Like, is the show telling us that because he is the product of this aspect of Cooper through a sexual assault, that that he is this way because of how he was conceived? Or is, like, I don't know, what is the show telling us about him, especially with where his story is going? I don't want to get too much into that, but
Right.
what is the show like? Why is, like, is he just a bad person on his own?
I think the case could be made for either way
Yeah,
you want to
I
look at
think
it,
you could make the
honestly.
case that either one, he can't help what his nature is based on who his father is and
Yes.
how he was brought in. But at the other hand, you have other characters. Like, I mean, look at Laura. Laura was brought in. Now, granted, she probably wasn't, conceived in such a, violent and traumatic thing, but both her mother and father, you would say, were possessed by evilness in the world, and she turned out to be a very good person.
Well, except
despite
that
all
she
her
was sent in the globe down to,
Right.
like, so who knows?
Right, right.
Yeah, I
think
don't know.
it could
I
also
just thought
be
that was
like,
an interesting question. I don't think
I
there's
think
an
Yeah, you
answer.
could make, like Kevin said, you could make an argument either way because,
Well, and you could even look at it from, Lynch taking a look at the nuclear family.
yeah,
He didn't have a father, and his mother was in a coma, so he just was kind of banted around between like grandparents and whatever. So can someone who grew up in that manner have, is there a situation there too? You know what I mean? Like, Lynch grew up in the 50s, so everything was the perfect mom and dad, and the nuclear family was a very important thing in culture at that time. And this could even be kind of him looking at that as well. Like I said, I don't think there's a wrong interpretation. In my head, it was always just, if you look at who his father is and the fact that, let's just say that would have to be, and I'm not try to be disgusting here as much, but that would be a tainted seed. Planting that tree, right? Like, that's a tainted seed. So that's there from Genesis. So is there really a chance that he could have escaped it? Right. I don't know.
Yeah, and I think it's an interesting question, especially because we've talked before about the ways that, in the series there were these, we were presented with the Horns and the Palmers and the Haywards as these different models of fatherhood specifically, but also just a family, right?
right. Yeah.
Speaking of the Haywards, we're gonna have an interesting. There's some tragedy in this episode around them, but yeah, it's we were presented with these different models of the family, different examples of fatherhood, and different examples of family, and we were looking at where how people ended up through those different sort of models, right? And so here we have a far more extreme version of a model of an unhappy home. I mean, so I just think it was an interesting thing to start thinking about, because it's just so easy to dismiss him as just this complete piece of shit, or even just like malevolent. Even he does have more of a piece of shit vibe than a evil.
Well, because ultimately, no matter what, like, you make your own decisions. You're responsible for your own decisions, and he's a grown-ass man.
Yeah,
no matter what. He's a grown ass man.
We don't know the details of how active, but it seems like both of his grandparents have exhausted.
Yeah.
Trying to be supportive grandparents to him.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So it's an interesting angle. But like I said, I don't think there's a wrong way to interpret it. As we always talk about, whatever your interpretation is, yes, that's correct. Yeah. Right. But he is definitely, I think, the most hated character possibly in all of Twin Peaks. When it's all said and done.
It'd be hard to come up with too many that are worse.
More than Mr. C, even more than Bob. Like, he's just
no. You root for Mr. C in these scenes.
Show.
Yeah,
and it's like, no, he's the most evil.
Yeah. You root for Mr. C. Like, you enjoy seeing Mr. C take him out. Like, it's yeah. So it's just an interesting sort of perspective there. But
and it's just playing on the fact from the previous episode where he just basically owned that guy at that warehouse too.
Oh yeah. He's got a
people
gang now, right?
underestimating what he looks like because
Yeah,
I don't know, but yeah.
the hair. I don't know. Yeah, no, that this whole sequence is wonderful because
Yeah.
it is full on creepy Twin Peaks, which is an aspect that I think so many of us fans enjoy when it gets really
Yes,
creepy.
yes,
And it is really creepy. It's the puzzle pieces, it's all of the how does this fit together? There's so much room for interpretation of what's going on, whether it's the tea kettle, whether it is the convenience store, whether it is all of the woodsmen and other sort of characters leading into this, and then you have the it ending with him being reunited with Richard, and the fun of seeing Richard get taken down.
Oh,
It's just a great sequence all around.
yeah, all the way through. It's a hell of an opening to the episode. It really is.
Well, so the opening though is actually that's the second.
We have a
Sort of
very
thing.
nice
That's right.
opening.
The opening
right.
is the opposite kind of
Yeah.
a feel. Like it's interesting because Twin Peaks always does this balance really well, and
Yeah.
that's we've been talking about how this show has been feeling a little more Twin Peaksy.
Oh yes,
And
yes.
this episode is another piece of that puzzle, I think, because it starts out with that wonderful. Okay, so like I just love how it's the joyful aspect of Twin Peaks, and some of the joy of it, right, is where we actually get started in this.
Well, also, not only is it just joyous, it's like, you're being like, oh, I'm so happy this is happening for these characters. Because not only is it like a 25-year buildup from what was going on in the previous show, but for Ed and Norma, this is like 50 years of their life. Because they were high school sweethearts.
Yeah, and it's great for Nadine too. Like
Yeah.
there isn't like it's just everybody's getting what they need, and even by there's even a little bit of like Shelley looking so happy. Like it just feels like everybody is winning here. Like Nadine starts out with Nadine. She's doing this walk. You can tell she's
Got
in
that
this
shovel
place.
over her
She's
shoulder.
on a
Yeah.
mission.
She shoveled herself out of the
Yep.
shit.
And she is just and she knows that, and like she even tries to assure him, I've had plenty of time to think about this. I know what I'm doing is right. It makes me happy. This is what is right. Like this is what love is, right? Like she
Yeah.
is, and because it's not even about sacrifice for her. It's about she loves Ed and she wants him to be happy, and seeing him be happy, and she knows she'll be okay,
Yeah.
right?
And she
She's got
says
run
that I'll
silent,
be
run
fine.
drapes, man. She's good.
Yeah.
She's running her store.
Yeah,
and,
she'll be great.
yeah.
And she'll be happy for them, and that is wonderful. And then he goes off to see Norma, and there's this little bit of play there where she like brushes him off quickly, but
Yeah,
then
well, they
she
won't
does
again. Yeah.
what will make her happy, right?
Yeah.
She takes this moment and she says, I'm not going to do this franchising thing.
Oh, you
You
can buy
go
me
run
out.
with it.
I
I'm going to be, and she's going to be great too, because she's going to get a huge payout.
Oh,
She
yeah.
gets to run her restaurant, which is clearly successful, as she wants to, and retire, probably, I hope, leave it to
Shelley.
Shelley,
Yeah.
yes. And I hope that it just feels like, okay, she's getting everything that she wants, and then you get to see them together.
Well, it's funny because Ed goes there and he gets kind of
Amazing.
pushed away, and you see him sit there at the little the counter, and you see him start to break down, and you're like, God, man, like, please, Norma, like, please, like, he's literally off the hook. He can finally do this. And when she finally comes up to him, with the music swelling and everything, like it's one of my single favorite moments in all of Twin Peaks, and it's such a beautiful payoff.
Yeah,
it's such a beautiful, it's just a beautiful moment. It's so well shot. It's so well acted. It's so like they do a great job of building you up because Ed's going to walk in there and he's going to and then it doesn't happen like you think it's going to. And you're like, well, shit, like, come on. And they tease you a little bit before finally giving you the release of her walking up and kissing him. And it's absolutely magical.
And it's not a cheap tease either. Like, it's about her dealing with her life and her choices. Like, it's her life is not based on, her story is not, well, as much as this is a satisfying thing for her and for us from the pilot episode this arc has been going on. But she is more than just her romance with this man.
Right.
She is also this businesswoman. So she gets to wrap all of that up. And so it's not just a little cheap tease to then draw it out. It's dealing with something important as well. And then she gets to deal with that.
So she gets her
chef's
independent
kiss.
as herself as Norma as a human being, but then also getting to be with the man she loves. But like
exactly,
it is not. She's not just defined by being with Ed.
That's
no. But we also know that they both genuinely love each other. They always have. And it's so wonderful to see them finally get their chance to ride off into the sunset together. You know, like you said, she can retire, leave the place to Shelley. Ed can sell the Big Ed's gas farm to someone, and the two of them can just go live off of the dividends of the double R buyout and just be happy. You know, go do whatever they want to do. Go tour the world. Go wherever. But
just be together and be happy, and they've earned it.
Yeah, I literally teared up the first time I watched it. I was just like, God, like it really hit me so hard. I was like, to see them finally get that. Like, all of us have been waiting for that for 25 years ourselves, right? Like it's just that beautiful moment that we all wanted to see finally happen, and it finally happens. And while not everybody gets the happy ending in the return, these people do. And it's right. It's not just the two of them, it's the three of them, because Nadine is also getting a fabulous send-off as well.
Because she gets to be her own independent person as well as a character who's not defined by her marriage with either.
That is 100% right. That's what I love about it
as well. And probably going to be BFFs with Dr. Jacoby.
I mean, she's his number one fan, you know, and she puts his shovels up on display in her beautiful drape store. So it's like,
obviously it's helped. Like it's worked for her. Whatever he's doing, it's worked for her.
I'd be fine if the two of them became like an item. I'd be like, you know what? Good for the two of them. Maybe they'll go off to Hawaii, you know, like, I don't care. Go be happy.
You know, they would both be just weird enough. It would be fine.
But I just really love it because, like I said, it's again, three of my favorite characters in all of especially this first two seasons of Twin Peaks. They're again, we've talked about it before. I love season 2 of Twin Peaks, and I the parts that people hate, I love. And Nadine,
I like
high school students, one of my favorite, like, what the hell subplots ever. And you think we're going to get Ed and Norma there, right? Like, we really felt like it back in 91 that this is what's going to happen. And then it doesn't, you know, it goes on for a while and then it all comes crashing down. And it's heartbreaking. Like, it really is. Like, it's heartbreaking because Ed and Norma were really happy. Nadine and Mike were happy, you know, like hell. And it's just like all of it goes away. And Ed loves Nadine. We don't doubt that. He loves Nadine. But his true soulmate, his soulmate is not Nadine. Okay. Like, his soulmate is Norma, period. Full stop. And I think it's great that he gets to be with her. And I think you said the same for her. Hank was not her soulmate.
No.
Ed absolutely was. And so they get to be with their soulmates, you know, at the end. And you can't not love that. Like,
and I do think you're right. I think Nadine's story it's great for Nadine too, because she does get to be her own person, and she doesn't have to be defined by being in a relationship.
Right.
And so she has made a successful career for herself. She has invented this. Like, again, the sweet thing about all of this is that every one of the threads in this storyline was planted in the pilot. Like, it goes all the way through the entire thing.
Because she's obsessed with the soundless drape, the silent drapes.
Right back then from the word go.
Yeah, exactly.
And hey, I'm just saying, Nadine is now single. Mike, I think, is single, working in his office job.
And it wouldn't be creepy anymore. He's old enough now that it wouldn't be creepy at all.
Exactly.
He's got to be at least in his 50s or
exactly.
That's what I'm saying. So it's fine now. Go have fun. Go.
She should look him up.
She absolutely should. I hope she does. Who knows?
Speaking of, so then switching to the tragic, there is the scene with I want to say it's I always forget her name. It's not Gertrude. What is
It's
the
Gersten.
name?
Yeah,
Of,
Gersten.
Gersten. Yes,
It's
Donna's
it's
sister.
the only time in your life you've heard the name Gersten.
Yeah, what a sad, like this, like to see her,
Yeah.
have gone down this road. And it's interesting because it's sort of the counterpoint um to Amanda Seyfried's character, who pulls herself out of this.
Well, yeah,
um
she detaches herself from
yeah,
Steven, and
yeah,
Steven just brings Gersten down with him.
yeah,
And you
exactly.
can
Now,
basically see, like, this is where her character was going
yes,
if she didn't get saved by her parents, basically. This is
right,
where she was going.
right.
And
But
thank God she doesn't go there.
it's sad because we see this from this little girl in the season 2 premiere, who was so proud of her costume and playing her music, and then now she's unfortunately grown into someone whose life has gone in a very bad direction.
Yeah.
I mean, we assume that, and we don't see it, we assume that Stephen will be no more, and maybe she'll get the help that she needs. But because again, the Haywards were presented as this really sort of, they were the positive example of a family structure.
Yes, they were. Yes, they were.
Yeah.
And so to
And we've seen Doc, so we know at this time he's still alive. So maybe she can reconnect with her parents, and maybe she can make things right.
I like to think she pulls herself, because we don't see them. We don't see her again.
No.
So I'm hoping that maybe that is the end of the bad influence for her, and that she can pull this out. But it is a little sad. And we also get the intrepid reporter walking his dog. We get Mark Frost back,
president of the trailer park, as he goes and tells Harry.
Yeah.
What he saw.
But again, from the pilot again, right? Like that's where we saw him as the reporter last time. So it was kind of nice to see him back again. And he is credited as the same character. So it's not just that he's playing another guy that happens to live, he's playing the same character. So that was a little bit of a nice little, moment to have him back again. And one more time with Harry D. Stanton. Is this the last we see of him in the series? I think. I'm not sure.
I think it is. Yeah.
I think it is.
We don't see again.
Yeah. So anyways, just there's not, I don't have a lot to say about that moment, but it did get me reflecting on the Haywards. And we don't see Donna. Then the missing pieces, it sounds like her, or not the missing pieces in the final dossier. There's not Donna's story doesn't necessarily go in a super happy direction either. But so it is a little sad to see after having them be like this really, you do have to, and I've forgotten the name of the other sister, the one who attempts to cover up for Donna in the pilot. I hope that she's off doing something positive.
Yes.
Because like you said, of the main families in the original series, they seem to at least be like a healthy family.
Yes. Yeah, you sort of got that sense, like that in the pilot with her dad picking her up. Like he just really, just exemplified like good parenting, right?
Yeah, truly.
Yeah.
And so Donna again in the end did become a strong young woman. But
with Ben Horn.
Yes. Yeah, but we don't get
that drama was.
Yeah, but we don't get, we see, unfortunately for Gersten, that things did not go well. So hopefully with the third daughter, she also had a or maybe probably middle. I would have guessed she would be the middle child, that other one that we only ever see the one time.
I would assume she would have been the middle child and Donna was the oldest.
The eldest.
That would make sense to me.
Guess. Yeah. Gersten was easily the youngest. Yeah.
She was totally, yes.
That's also playing in the fact that maybe like things have gotten worse in Twin Peaks,
Yeah.
Like we've been talking about, like drugs, and the police force is much bigger, and all the things going on.
Speaking of the police force, we do get we get James being locked up in prison again, or in that jail. This time by Bobby. Like that's an interesting throwback.
Yeah.
I had to think about that when I was watching again.
James is still being James. He's trying to talk to women that are involved with other men.
Yep.
Yeah. That's why he's still so cool.
But he's got his friend One Punch Man there.
Yes.
Oh, Freddy. Hulk hand Freddy.
Yeah.
Who knew that ZZ Top played so well at the Roadhouse?
Right.
That's one of my favorite things ever, because David Lynch was asked, like, like, what is your favorite song? And his response was like, well, for me, it doesn't get much better than ZZ Top Sharp Dressed Man. So I love that it's just there, and you've got the host of the Roadhouse with like that cardboard like volume knob.
Because they're not there. They're just like with all the live bands that they have.
Just literally
just
playing the
song.
track.
Yeah, he's like, this is one of our favorites here. And then he starts dancing, and everybody gets up.
Stuff. Yeah, dude, it's great. It's magical. It's really magical. But I just love that was a song that David Lynch really loved. So he figured, why the hell not?
Why not? Yeah. But it's but again, throwbacks to the like this, so much connecting us back to the beginning. Like it's almost like David Lynch is trying to bookend a little bit, maybe in his David Lynch way, which would never be that clear.
But once again, we get like that weirdness of the Roadhouse, because you get that girl who's on the ground and she's just screaming and crawling, and like nobody is paying attention to it. Right. Like those little moments continue to still be there, man. They're genuinely unsettling.
Yeah.
End of the episode, I always remembered the build up to that, with her freaking out being much more aggressive and violent, but it really isn't.
No.
Like, granted, those guys don't say anything, but they like gently just move her out of there and place her on the ground. Like, they're not like forcing her. They're just like, hey, we want to sit here. You're just by yourself.
Basically, yeah, you just get out of her way. But it's still like that. There's all those little moments in the Roadhouse that just, where it feels like it's like these little, like what's happening in other parts of the town that we don't go to, like how the disease, how the darkness is spreading throughout the town. And I think these little stories just kind of remind us of that. They're just those weird little offshoots, like the girl that has the huge rash, and stuff, like just all those weird things happening. And you just have to feel like it's part of that underlying disease of the town. It's just those things that you can take a great moment at the Roadhouse that still has that underlying to it. It's just freaky.
I know there's been
symmetry or bookending here because of where the show's heading, since we're near the end of the of why that's happening probably in this episode.
I mean, I know there's been theories about, because there's been a lot of theories about the Roadhouse, right? In terms of what is it representing, what, like, is it in the same plane of reality as the town of Twin Peaks? Is it a little bit off? Is it a connecting, the Roadhouse? Is it a connecting between, like, obviously we see characters from there. We see, James was there with Freddie, so there are characters that are in Twin Peaks.
Shelley's there at the beginning.
That's right. But there's also, like, I know there's some things about her screaming somehow, like some people are trying to line it up with when Laura screams when she's being torn out of the in whatever episode that was early on in The Return, when Laura screams for in the Red Room.
It gets ripped out of existence,
so that is it echoing that? And I know I'm not 100% sure about what, how any of those theories work, but is she tapping into something in the Roadhouse that is, connected to, things that are going on in the lodge adjacent spaces, that sort of thing. So who knows? The Roadhouse has always been a place with Julie Cruz and with the with the Giant and other things. Like maybe it's a little more connected to some of that lodginess than other parts of the town, or maybe it's a little bit more removed from the town and more into the woods, or again,
well, it's also kind of place. Like that conjoining space between Twin Peaks and Canada, right? Because that's where Jacques Renault worked, like that's where the drug deals went on, so like it's also a connector there as well. So it's just this interesting crossroads space, right?
Well, and that's what a Roadhouse is. Right. Like by definition,
like there could be double layers of existence there. I'm not gonna say that's wrong.
In our world and whatever world the White and Black Lodge come from.
I could see that.
Also,
like I said, the more you think about it for this season,
and also connected to this is the scene that we get another Audrey scene. That's still they're still stuck. Like she's still just doing the same thing.
The house or not?
It's waiting for Godot, basically.
It's still waiting for Godot. I was going to say that. Yes. But she like lunges at him and says,
Yeah.
like it's getting to the point where it's going to blow. Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
That
And
enough.
we're almost there.
And we'll definitely talk about that next episode, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Um,
But again, triggers the Roadhouse triggers that again because I've seen the next episode. But
Now we do get some good stuff in Las Vegas this episode.
yes.
So we get, of course, Hutch and Chantal are out there,
yes, and
murking bodies while they're eating junk food. Just that continues. So Todd is now,
who were
murked.
the brothers basically on their real estate deal are their
Yep.
claim. But that hit scene is very reminiscent of Mulholland Drive because she kills, walks in, shoots the main guy, and then
Yep.
shoots the assistant, and she's talking to Tim Roth, and you hear, "Ooh," and she's
Yeah.
like, "Oh,
Yeah. I thought that too. It's reminiscent of that scene.
The Hitman, yeah.
Yeah. But she, okay, so it had like again with Tim Roth and why am I blanking on
Jennifer Jason Leigh.
Jennifer Jason Leigh. They both have Tarantino connections, right? And
Oh god,
these-
yeah. I mean,
their
like I told you,
scenes-
I feel like this is the homage to Tarantino the whole
yes,
time. I
there
really
there
do.
definitely is a Tarantino-esque element to their storyline, and and this scene really feels like something that could have been in a Tarantino movie.
Oh,
Yes.
Because it's funny,
absolutely
it's
does.
irreverent, it's violent, it's the humor comes from a very dark place. Yeah, and how she's, and then they go back to eating.
Yeah. And they're always eating
Ketchup
trash.
packets.
Like it's so
Yeah.
funny.
they're all crashy food."
Yes.
Yeah.
But who doesn't hate the ketchup packet? She's right about that. I'll give her that.
Yeah.
Well,
It's not wrong.
No.
you
Nobody
make
likes those ketchup packets. They're bullshit.
the actions of the government.
Yeah, they're so much fun when they're on screen together.
They really
and
are. Like,
their
again,
characters are, yeah.
it just reaffirms why
despicable.
Las Vegas is my favorite component of the return. Like it just is. Like it just absolutely is my favorite component.
Yeah. This is a
And
brief,
then, of course, now
a
we get to
brief
move
moment.
forward with Doug.
yes. Speaking of Las Vegas, yes.
Yeah.
And we are almost
Yeah.
like, I know,
Yeah.
again,
So-
everyone's
Yeah.
waiting for Dougie. When is Dougie going to go away? We are almost there.
Yeah.
So close.
Yeah. And it's
Here's-
funny because like I love how it ties in with Lynch's favorite movie, Sunset Boulevard,
Yes.
where the name Gordon Cole comes from.
Yeah.
Like it's so great. And I love that he's watching it. And then you hear the name Gordon Cole, and he's like, I mean, he takes a break from the chocolate cake. So that's saying a lot that we
Yeah.
know this shit registered, right? Like we know it
Mhm.
registered. And again, like it's such an interesting moment because we talk about how Dougie is like, very childlike, in his mannerisms. And what does he do with that fork?
I know.
Yeah.
Like the
It's
reason
like-
why every parent has those little plastic caps
Yeah.
in every outlet in the house.
Yeah.
Dougie pulls that toddler trick with a fork,
Yeah.
and then boy, here we are. Like the kaboom hits, man, right?
Yeah.
Like this is it. Like this, and I remember like when this happens, like you just knew that this was going to be the thing. Like this was going to be
Yeah.
what brought Cooper, like what snaps him out of it. Like you just knew. There's too much coincidence. Sunset Boulevard.
Dougie came out of the outlet.
Yeah, he came out of the
Yeah,
outlet.
yeah.
We're going back to the outlet. We've heard Gordon Cole, like,
Yeah.
and we've seen more and more of him picking up on things. Like the way he
Yes.
stopped Ike the Spike. All the things he's been doing. Like it's all been there, and it's all culminating to this point. And it's
Yeah.
perfect that Lynch's favorite film is the
Yeah.
movie that sparks it. Pun fully intended. To
Yeah.
put that fork in, man.
Well, and his story feels like it's run its course. Like
Yeah.
it has wrapped up. Like
Yeah.
they're good. The Jones family is doing great.
Yeah.
I love the little scene. I totally forgot. This is one of those scenes that you forget, and then on the rewatch, you're like, when the cops want to interview the Joneses, but they go and they get the wrong.
Oh my God, yes, yes.
And you totally forget that
It's
later, but it's a lovely moment.
It is
Because
awesome.
Those
It is.
cops, in Las Vegas in
Oh,
or in
that Las
college.
Vegas, those cops are amazing. The
Yeah.
brothers and stuff, they're so fun. Like I love them all so much.
Yeah.
Again, everything in Las Vegas is just my favorite stuff. And Hutch and Chantal are part of that too. Like I just love all of it.
But the
But yeah,
real
we finally get to
Joneses,
that. We get to
they're
move on that.
done. They
Yeah,
are.
you're right. Yeah, I mean, like
They've
it
got-
feels like the
yeah.
perfect time
Yeah,
to
They're in
move
a
on.
place. They're in a good place.
that's
Yeah.
right.
No longer the looming threat from whatever 2-level gangster he owes money.
Right.
from.
Well, and their marriage, like Ginny was so angry for
Yeah.
the beginning of her arc, like, and probably every right to be. Like,
Yeah.
don't blame her.
Well,
And-
where's the first place we see Dougie
Yeah,
Jones?
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
with a prostitute in one
Yeah.
of the real estate homes he's trying
Yeah.
to move. Like, come on, man.
She had
What a
every right
piece
to
of
be
shit.
completely pissed off, and they've repaired their relationship.
And you got to
They're-
think too, he probably was a shit dad to
Yeah.
Sonny Jim,
Yeah.
right? And now Sonny Jim has a dad who's
Yeah,
not only has he been great for him, but now he's brought the Mitchum brothers into his life, and they get him that kick-ass jungle gym thing with the lights and shit in the backyard.
right,
Like,
right.
I mean, like he's got a family now, like he does. And Janie E has the husband that she's always wanted and deserved. Let's
Yeah.
also add that Janie E deserved
Yep.
a good husband because she put up with way too damn much.
Yeah,
She's too
yeah,
strong a
because I
woman.
think in the end, you see, she's a good woman. She is.
She's a fabulous woman.
She's a
You know,
great
she put
character.
those two gangsters in their place,
Yeah,
man, at the
she-
playground. Like
Yeah.
shit.
Do after that, they were like,
If you didn't love Janie E then, I don't know
Yeah.
what the hell to tell you because I was in love with
Exactly.
her right there. I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah.
God, she
So you're
ruled.
right. She deserved a better Dougie, and
Yeah.
she's going to get one. It's great.
Yeah.
She's got one. That's good. You're right. So it does feel like we're ready now to move on
Yeah.
from Dougie.
Yeah.
And I know that people at the beginning were eager for that to happen a lot sooner, but I actually think this show handled his story and their story so well. And you're right, this transition is really well done, that it brings in the Sunset Boulevard episode.
Yeah.
It brings in the electricity. Like that moment is a bit creepy as well. Like it brings in the lodginess of it is brings in the requisite creepiness that
Yeah.
I think lodge stuff should have.
Yeah.
In this show. Yeah.
Well, it's and we've talked about, like, I always said the first time I was watching The Return, I was just kind of like, man, when's Cooper going to get back? When's Cooper going to get back? And like I said, now when I watch it, it just feels like he's there all along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Dougie just is the essence of good Cooper distilled, and I love
muted a bit though, but
Yeah.
yes, but distilled. I think
but distilled.
and this is really what sparks it again. Sorry.
yeah.
With that name when and it just happens to be on Sunset Boulevard, a movie that features a character named Gordon Cole in there.
Yeah.
The
No.
coincidence of it is not a coincidence, right? Like
Right,
it's just
right.
not. It's like the lodge kind of made that shit happen. Let's go ahead and
But
put
I
that
do,
in
right,
front.
like when there was the visions above his head.
Yes.
But I do think there's like we were reminded that Mr. C is Cooper, we're reminded that Dougie is Cooper.
Yes.
Right. So there's not it's not a division. There's not like I said, it's not an evil version or a dumb
Well,
version or whatever it is.
At the same time, it kind of is though, because I mean, what does Hawk tell him before he goes in? That you will face your shadow self.
Right.
And
That's
Mr.
right.
C is literally the shadow self
Yeah.
of, of Agent Cooper, whereas Dougie Jones is like the light self.
Right.
And if you merge those two things together, the dark and the light of him, you get the pure, true Special Agent Dale Cooper, who, even though he's very virtuous and forthright in the original series, we know he has a history. He's got some darkness there, blood in the ledger kind of thing, right? So it kind of is, but it's like they are both Cooper.
Right.
They're just like his essence distilled into two forms.
Right.
One, pure evil, all the darkness that man can be possible of having, he is that. The other one, pure good, like again, the childlike innocence, the beauty, the finding wonder in everything, and finding the way to help people, even inadvertently walking into situations where you just end up helping people. Like those two, all of that combined gives you your full person, basically.
It's like
And I
you were-
really, I love that myself.
It's like you're split in two, and not you're not yourself anymore. It's like you're these two extreme versions of yourself.
I mean, it's all there in Garland Briggs's message, Cooper, like it's right there. two Coopers. It's
Right.
we know what it is. I mean, Andy's seen it thanks to the giant or the fireman.
Right.
Like
Right.
it's there, you know. And I love that we're finally getting, you know, the thing that everybody wanted is about to happen.
Yeah.
And for me, every time I rewatch The Return, like I just honestly like I'm happy when I get here, but I'm a little sad because I just
Right.
love Dougie so much. Like I know
But
that
Doug-
he's gone after this.
I mean, again, but I'm not. We talk spoilers all the time. Dougie's coming back.
He's coming
There
back.
will
Yeah, he's
be
coming back.
another Dougie for this family, and they get a Norman ending as well.
Yes, as they
do.
deserve.
Yeah, and they
As
also
they deserve.
I mean, some
And
people don't get
honestly-
the ending they deserve, but they do.
Honestly, it's the ending that Cooper Dougie deserves too.
Yes,
I'll just
yeah.
say that it's the ending that Cooper Dougie deserves.
Yeah.
I love Dougie so much. I love all the chaos around him that ends up being chaos that ends up making everything good
Yeah.
for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, the lady who called him Mr. Jackpots and seeing how he
Right.
helped her and
Right.
seeing what he
And
did.
the Mitchum brothers, yeah.
Oh, the Mitchum
like,
brothers, how he brings them to the light.
Yes.
And
Well, and he helped
It's-
the insurance company, and even,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
battling
Those
Bushnell,
things,
baby. Like, come on now.
Tom
Yeah.
Sizemore not end up
He
doing.
even helps Tom Sizemore's character find the right path of
Yeah.
goodness. Like,
That's right.
it's so great. And like
Yeah.
again, that's why I love the Las Vegas part so much, because for me, while there is creepy, weird shit in Las Vegas, don't get me wrong, so much of like the genuine, like the joy and the comedy and the weird, funny shit that I love about Twin Peaks,
Mhm.
that's what almost all of Las Vegas feels like. Like it really just feels like all of that crazy, goofy shit that I love from the original 2 seasons is all there in Las Vegas. And yes, again, it has its creepy moments, it has its serious moments, but in general, it's all like it's David Lynch's comedic side kind of let loose.
Mhm.
And I love it. Like I'm absolutely here for it.
Yeah.
And as again, I going through it again, the Mitchum brothers are my favorite like new character introduced into this series. Like and there are so many great new characters. Again, I love Janie E, I love Sonny Jim. But the Mitchum brothers are for me like once you've seen the show, for me, like I'm always so excited to get to where they start coming more into
Mhm.
the season. Like I'm always excited when we get there. I'm excited about the meeting in the desert with the pie. I'm excited about the dinner with the lady who calls it Mr. Jackpots. I'm excited about Sonny Jim's freaking Jungle Gym. Like it's just, and then like in the next episode, I'm excited about the food they bring. Like it's just I love everything about them. And I like I said, watching it now, like I genuinely am a little bit sad when this episode hits because it is the end of Dougie's run as far as
Right.
being a major character in this series.
Right.
It's the end of the run of seeing, you know, that character in
Right.
full light. And it's so
Well,
good.
speaking
so
of sad endings, I think we've saved the best for last.
yeah.
Yeah.
And her final to Hawk, and basically she's dying as she's giving it to him.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, that scene is she acts it so beautifully. And I don't know how much of it was one of those moments where the acting and her real life, like her real emotions were really merging.
I
but
feel like
it
that's
feels
every
so
scene she has this
real.
season.
Yeah,
Like,
it's true. But this moment is just so real. So the log lady, her final appearance, she calls Hawk. She tells him that she's dying. She's just, again, so in a very log lady way, she just speaks the truth. She embraces all of the emotion of it, and she just, you know, and Hawk responds so
perfectly.
yeah, exactly. It's just
Well, the
such a
fact that the name of the
beautiful
episode
moment.
is called, you know, there's some fear in letting go. And when
Right.
she says that, I really feel like that's Catherine Coulson saying that as much as it is Margaret. Like
Yeah.
Oh,
I it's to me, it the fact that she was able to do this, that she found the strength and the energy to do this, knowing that this was going to be her outcome in reality, not just the character, but knowing that she's literally at death's door, pretty much. She did this, the bravery it takes to do that. And it's not just that, it's the tenderness with which Lynch and Frost not only write the dialogue, you know, that it's very beautifully written dialogue, but the tenderness in which the way it's directed, that the camera, there's no crazy camera
No.
movements.
No.
He just lets it rest on her and just lets her tell the story. And it's just some of the most heartbreakingly beautiful things you'll ever see in any medium. I like bawled the first time because the Log Lady is like one of those characters that when you think of Twin Peaks, visually, she's one of the first things that comes to your mind.
Yeah.
Even for people who've never watched Twin Peaks in the 90s, they'd seen the Log Lady. They knew something about the
Probably
Log Lady.
one of the top 5 characters you would think of if you.
And
Yeah.
she probably started out like in the pilot. She's just kind of an oddity in the background, and she really comes to the fore in the throughout the episodes as they sort of play out.
Yeah.
But for somebody like I said, who starts out like that, but then has left this legacy with the show in terms of her relevance and her importance to the story, to the way we understand the story. She's contributed so much. I believe so much of her character was developed between her and David Lynch. And so it wasn't even that she's just an actor playing this part, right? Like, I think she is really very much a creator of this character.
Yes.
And so I think, and so therefore a creator that is one of the most important creators of what is Twin Peaks.
Yeah. Without a doubt.
And so I'm really thankful that she wanted to and did and was able to accomplish this. So we're also lucky that she filmed these scenes, and it just is such a fitting send off for her to. In the moment afterwards where they gather the police there, and Lucy, I almost teared up again when Lucy said the Log Lady is dead.
Yeah.
Because it's just a heartbreak in her voice. You can just hear it's just a wonderful moment.
The fact that Hawk is the last person she talks to is really perfect. They both get each other. He always got her in the original series.
Yeah.
And she always respected him because she knew that he was in tune with otherworldly things like she was.
Yeah.
And he never made fun of her. He never questioned her. When she wanted to talk to him, those ears were on, baby. There was no other thing in the world that mattered more in that moment than what she had to tell him.
And he followed what she had to say. He didn't just dismiss it as like he was being nice. He took it seriously.
Because he knew if she's calling me, there's something up. Like there's genuinely something up. And the fact that she's able to I don't know, it's almost like he kind of gives her last rites in a way, and what really got me, at the end, was when you see the light in her house go out.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful, beautiful Starry Night shot. I mean, it's a gorgeous landscape shot, and you just see the smoke coming out of the chimney and then the light just go, and it tore me up. Like because I had just recently, when this came out, I had just recently lost my father, and so that really hit home with me. And it's a beautiful, beautiful moment, and one of the finest moments in The Return. Honestly, it's a sad moment, but it's one of the most beautiful things David Lynch ever did.
Yeah,
it's one of the most beautiful moments in the entirety of a series that has many beautiful moments,
including in this episode.
Including in this episode, exactly. We start off with one of the very best.
In this same episode, we get Ed and Norma getting to be together finally after 25 years. We get the farewell to Margaret Lanterman. Like, it's wow. Like, again, when we started this, I said, how do we even talk about this episode? Because
there's so much to it. But this moment to me is really, like you said, I think it's really poignant when they all gather together and Hawk comes in and tells them. And I love that everyone in that room understands and gives it the dignity that it deserves, that all of them feel that loss. Even Bobby Briggs, man, like they all feel it. Like it really registers to everyone in that room. And I really appreciate that, because that's a scene you didn't have to do. No. But what's beautiful about that scene is it shows the respect that team had for her. and it shows even further the dignity with which they looked upon her, that she was not a joke.
Right.
She was not some goofy, throwaway character. She was not some silly thing. She was a character who genuinely meant so much to so many. And I love that they give her that kind of a send-off. It's really it's genuinely powerful. It's subtle. It doesn't beat you over the head, and it's not trying to be a tearjerker moment. They just let it play. And that's why it works.
Yeah.
They just let it be.
Yeah.
They just let her deliver her lines the way she saw fit. I bet you Lynch didn't direct a single thing in that scene. I bet you they just basically called action and he just let her roll.
Right.
Yep.
Like I would be hard pressed to think that he had one line of direction for her, because I bet you what we're seeing there is absolutely the first and about damn only take.
Well, he probably, because they were friends and she used to be married to Jack Nance and she was, sick when they were doing this. He probably said, just do your thing.
Yeah.
Let it go. And I mean, not only that, is it's played well, respectful, meaningful, and that's how it works. And as the character, she was a valued member of the community. No matter what the townspeople may have thought of her, the police force knew, or at least that core group knew, how important of a person she was.
Yeah.
And not only because we already gotten a in memoriam to the actor in a previous episode, we get a memoriam to the character in
Yes.
this.
Yeah. And that's a very beautiful little thing for the if you're just watching the credits and you catch it, it's a really beautiful piece.
Yeah.
Nobody else could have played her the way she did.
No.
And you wouldn't have wanted anybody else to play her. Catherine Coulson is so perfect in that part.
Yeah.
She looks the part, she sounds the part, she just is Margaret. She just is the log lady. And one of the most iconic characters on television in the 1990s. Let's be honest. I mean, again, if you never watched Twin Peaks, you still knew who the log lady was. Like, it's just that kind of thing, man. And I again, this is one of those episodes. It's a genuinely perfect episode of television. It's one of the very best of the season. And it's just, God, it opens up on such a beautiful note and it closes on a beautiful note, but very different tone, right? Very beautiful and happy. It's a very beautiful and bittersweet, but it is a beautiful send off to her. And it's, every time I watch it, I well up every single time. I've been fighting it, talking about it now. It's a genuinely perfect moment of television. It's just a genuinely perfect moment of film, period. It's just perfect. And I love that the two of them got to get together one last time and bring us these moments. And every time that you see her throughout the season, like it's a great moment, because normally it's building into the suspense and the storytelling of what's going on. And she does do some of that here, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But this moment really just felt like a chance for her to say goodbye.
Yeah.
To all of us too, like not just to Hawk,
right.
but I think to all of us watching. I think it was a double meaning there, And there's something.
So many characters have had to die off screen, and it's lovely that we got to say a real goodbye to Margaret and to Catherine.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing, man. It really is.
For them to let her do that too, not only because of what her character became of the show, but just the love and respect he had for her as a person.
Yeah. I mean, she basically helped him get Eraserhead done, man. She was there from the go. Like, she's been a real one the whole time, Yeah. I even love that the episode of Psych that's an homage to Twin Peaks, the Dual Spires episode, that they have her as a guest appearance in there too. I love that they put her on there. It's just great. So I mean, it goes to show, like, for James Roday, when he made that episode, like, he loved Twin Peaks and he wanted to get as many people from the series that he could.
Mm-hmm.
And he absolutely made sure that she was in there, even if it's a brief little moment. But I love that they put her in there, and I love that she got to do it. And again, it just goes to show how impactful the character of the log lady has been, for decades. At this point, it's insane.
I mean, they redid the shows was on Bravo reruns. That's when they introduced those introductions.
Yeah, the introductions. Yeah,
and they're so good. Like, they really are. They really add to the experience of the show.
Their original experience. I think it wasn't for me, but I watched them when I rewatch those episodes. I always include them. They've become
Yes.
they've become such an important part of.
I remember when they started showing it on Bravo, and I first watched an episode, and I was like, "Whoa, what the hell is this?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "What?" They went and did like every. I was like, "Oh God, this is amazing!" So yeah, I started rewatching it on Bravo as soon as I had the chance. And luckily, with the Z to A set, you have the option of those on every single episode, which is cool. You can watch it as it was shown on television without, or you can watch it with. And of course, I'm going to watch it with every time because it's
Me too.
really great. So yeah, this was just a beautiful send off to her, and you know, it's man, yeah. After talking about this episode, this is definitely one of the top episodes of the return. Period. Full stop. It's just a genuinely top to bottom.
Yeah, there's
Again, all killer, no filler. You know,
no filler in this episode. It's really all just.
We only have 3 left. It's hard to believe. We have spent last couple of years from the pilot on. Now we only have 3 more left. I think we decided to try to aim for July 5th to do episode 16. It's hard to believe we're here, but it's not quite done yet.
No, there's still a lot that goes on in these 3 hours of television. I'll just say that.
It's a lot to unpack in 3 episodes.
Oh yeah,
it is.
I look forward to getting there with you guys. So I'm excited to get to 16.
Yeah, absolutely. And then in the meantime, Colin, you have a great trip and safe.
Safe travels. Have a wonderful time.
Yeah.
And you guys enjoy the start of summer. It's nice that it's finally warm and beautiful, and I hope it is where you are and not too warm.
Yeah, luckily we got some rain today that kind of cooled things down, so I'm excited for that because humidity up here gets really, really bad. That's the biggest problem. It's not the temperature.
Here summer's lovely because it gets nice and it gets a nice hot here in summertime. It's not like gotta barricade yourself inside with the air conditioning hot. It's not like that. So it's nice that when it's here, summer's lovely. But so hopefully you guys have a nice beginning to your summer.
Morning, you're like, why is it still hot outside?
So it's still light. So I live far enough north that it is light till almost 11.
Wow.
At this time, because we're right at the peak, right? We're getting right to the peak in the next week or two, right? So it's getting it's light. I don't know if you can see behind me, but the sun is shining in here.
Yeah. That's crazy.
So that's the other nice thing about summer is that it's just always light.
Yeah, that is great. That really is. Yeah. Well, listen, safe travels, Colin. Seriously, I can't wait to hear about your trip. Cannot wait. Cody, I will talk at you soon enough, I'm sure. And you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk soon, guys.
Yeah, you guys have a good.
Take care.